I was thinking today, actually, we can't smoke weed anymore on these Monday Night Lives.
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh,
No,
I mean,
absolutely not. It's bad. Well, they love it, but it's bad.
that was,
I hung up and it was like, oh, wait, hold on, what happened?
that might be in like maybe my top 5 favorite lives of all time. It was good.
I can't even remember what really was going on. I just know that we talked about ex-boyfriends, which, who wants to talk about that? I don't know, but we did.
We did. My mom tried to totally lie to me by having her friend say that she was gone from the room, trying to get me to spill my sexual history. That was cool.
When you don't even have a body count.
Right.
Like,
I am the least exciting person to talk to about sexual experiences, so.
yeah, I don't have any of those either. Every day I'm straddling this line between protecting my headspace because I've been in a pandemic in the house for a year and I'm like stretched really thin with my kids and this, that, and the other. And then, gotten better about how much news I consume. But there's almost now no reason to consume the news. That you know for a fact that there's going to be a school shooting. There's one every day. Just assume there's going to be one. Mm-hmm. You know for a fact that there's going to be a, quote, police-involved shooting. And people are going to be upset. And then people are going to be upset that the people are upset. Mm-hmm. And then that's going to spark really uncomfortable conversations between parties, blah, blah, blah. Like, we all know that that's going to happen. And then I have this, like, weird guilt where if I don't consume it and I don't comment on it, where it appears as though I have become desensitized and apathetic. I'm not.
Right.
I'm just protecting what little headspace I have left. But I do feel guilty that I'm not, constantly taking it in. But there's only so much a fucking person can take.
Yeah, there.
You know what I mean?
It's overwhelming. And I personally don't want to get to the point where I'm desensitized to it. And I think that a lot of people feel the same way. I avoid the news. When I texted you that article this morning and you were like, yeah, I was going to tell you that a month ago, I was like, fuck, I thought this was just happening today. Because I try to stay out of it because I'll get lost in it and then it feeds my anxiety. I don't watch the news. Really, if I'm going to consume news like in a concentrated time period, it's coming from like people with crazy names over at NPR. That's it.
Yeah. Where you could press pause or change the channel.
Yes. Cop killings, global warming, school shootings, children stuck at the border, like all of it.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. And it's not, it's fucking exhausting. Even stuff that's supposed to be, just regular sad. Just a couple days in, it'll get just, fucked up. And you'll be like, now I'm fucking, the thing I was normally sad about, now I gotta get mad about, now I gotta cuss you out about the stupid thing you just said about the thing that we should all just be sad about. Mm-hmm. Like, really? Mm-hmm. The other day, Justin Beck was like, really? Like, didn't DMX have homophobic lyrics?
Justin.
And I had to be like, oh, really? Well, no, me and my friend such and such were talking about it. And it was just like, I was like, black people are mourning and celebrating a black person that means something to them. That sounds like black business that you shouldn't be in. And I was like, do you normally combat homophobia in your everyday life, or are you only interested in combating it because black people are celebrating a black person? Tell me which one it is. You know what I mean? And it's just like, Just let people have the things they like. If he meant something to them and they're upset, step back and allow that.
Right.
You didn't ever think about DMX not one day in your life. And then he died and everybody cared about him and you had a problem with that.
Yeah.
You know, and I could see how it could be hard to be
Spicy white?
It could be hard to be my spouse because every 2 seconds it's why you can, you know, I'm saying he can't say some shit, but it is shit he can't say. I'm only trying to help.
Right. And I'm sure he's better for it.
Oh, he's way better for it. He's never going to be caught in a room saying no dumb shit that he can't defend. But obviously, you know, the work is ongoing. It never ends. And I just feel like it shouldn't be that hard. Like, it should just be like, there should be something in his brain that goes, you know what? This seems like black business. That doesn't belong to me. So I'm just going to observe. That's really, at the end of the day, that's all we're saying.
Yeah.
That's all. Just shh.
Yeah.
Even I'm not allowed. Bitch. There was a Twitter thread on Twitter today. Do you know that lady? She had a very popular podcast on BuzzFeed, and there was a whole big thing about the BuzzFeed ownership of this podcast. I forget what the podcast was called. But her name was Brokey McPoverty, a woman named Tracy.
And I've never heard of her before.
Well, Tracy just put out a tweet yesterday, you know, casually minding her business.
Yeah.
And it was just like it literally started with the words, black people, semicolon, meaning black people, I am addressing you. How does it feel when there's another shooting? Like, what happens to you? Do you, how do you internalize this? How do you go on with your day? Like, tell me what works for you, because I'm over here fucking numb.
Yeah.
So, you know, a bunch of black people started replying and just being like, you know, I'm desensitized, which is terrible, or I feel guilty because I can't look at it again, or I'm fucking angry all over again, or I'm traumatized, or this must be PTSD. Anyway, it was communal black space for people to share their feelings about this never-ending cycle of fucking death. And this white lady, Amanda, you couldn't make it up. This white lady who had the word Africa in her handle. I was like, she got to be a troll. This white lady named Meredith had the word Africa in her handle, and she does work in Africa with entrepreneurs. So, you know, white savior work that we don't really know what it means, but she makes money, venture capitalist Africa. She was like, you know, I am outraged and I'm shocked, but I would be careful if I were you to make this a black thing. Bitch, it's a fucking black thing, though. What do you?
Yeah.
I literally said, Tracy said, black people, tell me how y'all feeling. Y'all okay? This white woman said, I'm outraged. However, I don't think this should be a black thing because I'm outraged too, and I'm white. And I was like, oh fuck.
Oh no!
So she just interjected her white voice into this black space, and then hours of people telling her, bro, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Don't do that. And she was really, and I'm thinking to myself, lady, how do you do work in a global black community and you don't know not to center yourself?
I think that's a very, I mean, us whites do that a lot. We do it a lot.
But even when, I know, but I've seen before where whites do it and they're like, yo, point taken. Okay. She just kept going.
Gosh, she's a white woman, and if she's a venture capitalist, she's got money. So she also has privilege and probably not a lot of people that tell her no. It's like the perfect trifecta of terribleness.
It's like, it's so easy to just stand back. And that was the thing. This is the beauty of Tracy's post, was that it was there for everybody to see. So I thought if you're a white person and you were reading this, you were doing the work, you know? So you were understanding and listening to black pain so that you could then go out into the world. And, you know, maybe you have a black coworker, and instead of putting your hand on their shoulder awkwardly and being like, how'd you feel about Dante Wright?
Yeah.
You know, you instead did not do that, and you just stayed in your lane, and, you know, you instead, I don't know, picked up a coffee on your way in and just handed it to him and didn't say shit.
Right.
You know, there are little things where you could just stay in your lane but still be like, I am here for support without doing performative shit. And like by Tracy putting this information on the internet where everybody was readily sharing, that's what you do with that information. You don't interject and do that. And this lady, the tweets are still up. I check it every hour and be like, this lady really doesn't get it. And so I'm like, just don't be that lady.
Yeah.
And so that's why I had to break it down to Justin Beck. Because I was like, that thing that you did about DMX the other day, he is so over my lessons. I was like, that thing you did about DMX the other day, that was very Meredith, the white lady. So I'm just telling you.
Don't be
you don't
Meredith.
do that.
She's the new Karen.
I'm actually sick of that. Karen as a derogatory term.
Quinn was saying the other day, she was like, I bet it sucks to have your name be Karen, given the fact that everybody uses it so negatively. And I was like, I'm sure it's really terrible to be named Karen. But then, not 24 hours later, my child called me a COVID Karen. And I was like, okay.
Wait. Quinn just be releasing the Kraken on your ass. Hold on. Why did she accuse you of being a COVID Karen? And what is a COVID Karen and why is it bad?
So you would be a COVID Karen. Maja would be a COVID Karen. It is, from what I gathered from her explanation, it is a woman who is upset that people aren't following COVID protocol in public. And she had a gymnastics meet on Saturday. And this season, we only signed up for one meet because I wasn't going to pay that money only to have them cancel the season. So I was like, we're going to do the very last meet. Hopefully by then things are under control. And we didn't waste a bunch of money. So at this meet, there were restrictions. You could only have 2 guests per gymnast. They had everybody separated, so there were little couplets of seats in the area. And the girls, obviously everybody had to be masked, but the girls had to be masked as well. And there was a little girl group in front of me from another gym, and they were pulling down their masks to talk and then putting them back up on their faces when they were done talking. And I was like, you dumbasses. Why didn't anybody tell you that the whole fucking point of wearing the mask is to cover your hot spit every time you talk? So taking it down is defeating the purpose of wearing the goddamn mask.
Right.
And so I'm explaining this to Quinn, and I was like, these dumb girls in those purple and green leotards, I was like, every single time they talk, they'd pull down their mask. And I was like, and I wanted to get up and be like, you need to put your mask on. And she was like, okay, COVID Karen. And I was like, well, what's the point in wearing the mask? Yeah.
Oh, Quinn's okay, Quinn.
She can be very, she can dish it out, and I really don't enjoy it because it's actually really good, and sometimes I laugh and I'm like, oh God, that wasn't the right thing to do because you should probably make her be respectful, but it was kind of a sick burn.
Wait, so she said, okay, COVID Karen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See that's really a double-edged sword right there. Because really it should be being precautious about COVID should not be derogatory.
Exactly. Everybody should be cautious around COVID in public.
Right. So we should be, conscientious, Carols. What?
Not a conscientious Carol.
Carol's always a really nice lady. Carol's cool.
No. Empathetic Edna, who's always worried about how you're feeling and who's feeling what at home and who's sick at home. Yes, we need a whole new thing. Quinn watches too much YouTube. That's where she gets her attitude from. These dumb YouTubers. I blame it on them. It absolutely has nothing to do with my parenting.
Yeah, no, because my kids pick up weird things. Like Shira from YouTube is always like, not gonna lie, I totally think. I'll be like, you what? Not gonna lie, you don't even talk to anyone. Nothing you say could be a lie. You are a 5-year-old child who doesn't interact with the world at all. What could you possibly lie about, and how could it matter? What are you saying? Like, she'll be like, not gonna lie, this chicken is really good. I'm like, okay. Wow. So you see, because with my daughters, like when we start roasting and all that shit, I do encourage it because I like it, but also it's like I see a reflection of me. You're saying Quinn does this and it's not from you.
I mean, I'll be sarcastic, but she and Chris, she said something. Oh God, what was it? She said something to me the other night, and I looked at him and I was like, "Come get your daughter, put her to bed." Like, they have started maybe like over the last 6 to 9 months, like bonding on like horror movies and all kinds of crazy shit. And so now she thinks she's cute, and she's getting to that point where she was shitty to me yesterday morning. I was like, "Hey, the shirt you wanted to wear is in the dryer. Daddy will get it," because I was leaving before the kids left for school. So Daddy will go get it. Also, I cut these vegetables for the guinea pig, so you can take them on downstairs and give them to him. And she was like, "How do you know that my shirt's not going to shrink?" And I said, "Because I put the dryer on low. Your shirt is literally 5 sizes too big for you. It's not going to shrink." And she was like, "But how do you know?" And I said, "I'm sorry, when somebody does 2 nice things for you without you having to ask, I'm pretty sure that you don't turn around and criticize them for the things that they've done. Go take these vegetables downstairs and then come back up and you can apologize later." Like,
you know, this is gonna take a bad turn for Quinn, because I was coming in here ready and hot to get on you about giving her this goddamn phone, and I feel like Quinn ain't getting the phone.
She's not. She wrote a really nice list, but she's absolutely not. Her room, I was in the Discord this weekend. I cleared like 2 giant garbage bags full of trash and clothes that don't fit from her room. And her room is the smallest room in the house, and it was disgusting. Wrappers, dead gel pens, broken hair ties, dried up goop, slime, whatever. It was so gross. So no, not until she can like maintain.
Listen, she's in 5th grade?
She's in 5th grade, yeah. Sorry. So it took me a minute. Shit.
Okay. You're going to have to revisit this after the summer, though, because 6th grade, she can't be without a phone. You know this.
Well, I just feel like there was that petition going around that said, like, wait till 8th. And I thought that seemed like a good time. Like, 8th grade, you're a little bit more responsible. That's a lot of money to put in a 12-year-old's hands.
Wait a second. You are not going to make the girl wait till 8th grade. Are you fucking kidding? Now I'm mad. What?
Okay,
but hold on. Let me go through her list, because I thought her list was compelling. I did. Before I found out that she was calling us COVID Karens, which I don't like. You should have left that story for the end, because now I'm upset. Maja is a COVID Karen, and I'm a COVID Karen, and I don't like that. Reasons why I should get a phone. She says, number 1, I will be responsible with it. I will make sure to not lose it or break it. That's not really a reason to get a phone.
No, and she's saying that because she once lost a brand new iPod a few years back. Like, so we searched everywhere, could not find it. I have no idea where that thing could have gotten to. So that's something that we frequently bring up. But she didn't really give any concrete reasons or like methods for how she would take care of it.
I mean, I will be responsible is a good statement, and that's a good starting point. Keep in mind, we're talking about an 11-year-old. So that's cool. I will be responsible. That's the first thing a parent wants to hear, but I won't break it. Yeah, I know, because you don't want to die. What are you saying? That's not a point. Then she says, and this is, you know what? I think that she could have just erased the whole list and only had it here, because this is where I'm at, and I really do think that you and Crit, look at me now. I think this is really important. It would help if I'm ever in danger / in need of help. If me and Bennett walk to Starbucks, I have it to notify you. Correct.
Okay. But here's the thing. When they have walked to Starbucks together, they take my phone and they call when they get there, and then they call again when they leave. So it's not like I'm letting them go down there without a way to communicate with us. It's just my phone.
Oh,
So why?
wow, that's quite the monkey wrench. Damn, I didn't know you did that. So how are they calling you? They call you on a landline? They call you at the phone at the house, or they text you and you see it on the computer?
Yeah, they call Chris. Because they are only allowed to go like on a Saturday or Sunday when everybody's home. The weather has to be nice. They have to go together. They can't go separately. And then they have to have like the GPS tracking on, and they have to make a call there and on the way back.
Oh, you're really nice. And you have such a weird relationship with your phone. Can't nobody take my phone. No, baby. Okay. Well, she keeps striking out. Okay, so number 3, it will make sure I'm doing all my chores because I have to pay monthly. Now, see, I got to be real with you. This girl is offering to pay for the phone. Now, what's your problem there? How are you going to get out of that, Mom?
Yeah, so she is not reliable on doing her chores. She will go in spurts, but like, for example, this week, the guinea pigs, I was like, dude, this is straight neglect. They need to be cleaned. I told her to go down and clean them out. She said she did. I went down. It was determined that was a lie because they were disgusting. So
And that was a lie, Maury. Wow.
Yeah. So
she is not the mother of the guinea pigs.
She's not the mother of the guinea pigs. As to be expected, I'm the mother of the guinea pigs, which is all to say that based off of her room and the guinea pigs, Chris was like, absolutely not. She clearly does not get it. Now she'll take care of stuff. She'll get a wild hair here and there, and she'll clean up her stuff, unprompted, but it's not consistent enough for me to say, okay, yeah, I trust that you will, because then the other part of it is if you don't pay for it, then we take it away, and then we're still fucking paying on this phone.
Right. Wow, I'm not used to losing like this. Okay. Okay. What are her chores though? Like put the clothes in the dryer, fold your own clothes, put your clothes away, empty the dishwasher. What are her chores?
Oh, Melissa, it's so sad that my children aren't even on the level of yours. It is keep your room clean, make your bed, clean up after yourself in the bathroom, put away your backpack and shoes when you get home from school. The lunchbox has to go on the counter. Give me your water bottle so that I can clean it. Take care of the guinea pigs. That is it. They don't unload the dishwasher. They don't move the laundry. They will, do random house cleaning things like vacuum or clean a bathroom if I'm in a pinch and could use help. But no, they have easy fucking lives.
I feel like she's not earning this phone. This is the problem.
See? 8th grade.
I don't know about that. That's fucking social suicide, Mom. You're going to really do her like that?
But she can talk to her friends on text through an iPad.
Ew. You want her to be like those people at Disneyland that take fucking photos with the iPad? That's ridiculous.
Oh.
Okay, if I'm ever at... Oh, no, this is a good one. Number 4. If I don't get my own phone, and this sounds like a threat, actually.
A threat.
If I don't get my own phone, I'll have to keep using yours. And I gotta say, Amanda... I would be like, we got to go buy our phone, babe.
I don't mind her using mine, though. It's not like I think she feels like this is because she started running recently. And so she takes my phone to go running around the neighborhood.
Absolutely not. She needs a phone.
She takes mine.
What do you mean running?
Like she sets up, I have the Nike training app. She turns it on. She lets it track her time and her mileage. She wants to run track. I think they watched some inspirational video about some female runner recently, and that has inspired her to want to become a runner. So she wants to do track. So now she's outside, like, taking little jogs.
Mom.
Yes.
She needs a phone for that, because what if she goes and does that and Chris isn't home? Now you don't have a phone.
Yeah, good call. Okay, you in there. I didn't think about that.
If I'm ever at sports, it's an easy way to contact you rather than having to use someone else's phone. Correct. Because using a stranger's phone, she's now putting your personal information into their shit.
It's not a stranger. She could use her coach's phone who already has my information, or she can call from the front desk where there's a landline.
Call from the front desk, Mom?
Listen, you're talking to the child that grew up with calling her parents on 1-800-CALLCOLLECT, saying her first name so that her parents got that she needed to be picked up from school and then hung up. Remember that commercial where he's like, had a baby, it's a girl? Do you remember that one?
Wait a second. You used to call your parents collect and they accepted your call?
No, they didn't accept my call, but it would say, do you accept a call from? And I would say, Amanda, and they would know I was done. And then I would hang up. So they wouldn't pick up my call, but they would know it was time to come pick me up.
Wow. That you were even allowed to call collect and that was part of y'all's communication system. You grew up in such a loving home. Oh my God.
But they didn't accept my call. They didn't accept my call. They just heard my name.
The fact that you knew to do that. Let me tell you something. If I ever called Shorty collect, he would accept a call just to cuss me the fuck. First of all, motherfucker, who the fuck you calling on my phone? I got to pay for this. I know, but you just accepted the. That
you know
would never
what?
happen.
I just thought about this. There might be people listening to this right now who do not understand what it means to call collect.
Well, if you're listening to this right now and you don't know what it means to call collect, I need you to unsubscribe. You don't belong here. This is not for you.
But that commercial, wasn't it 1-800-CALLCOLLECT?
I have never heard that commercial, and I didn't even know that was a thing. I just know you just hit, operator, and then say you needed to place a collect call. Which, if you needed to place a collect call, you were this was your one call from jail. Or you were standing over a body and you had to talk to your parents about how you were going to get out of this situation.
No, you could use that 1-800 number and it would give you a chance to record your name. There was a commercial about it. And maybe that's how I figured it out. But if I didn't have a quarter, because there were 2 payphones over by the pool at school. And this was obviously 1957, so nobody had cell phones. So that's how I called my parents.
Wow. That whole time, it's like I've just blocked it out because I can't imagine my kids, I can't imagine Shalom out in the world without a phone. Mm-hmm. Because I've blocked out what it was like for me to be out in the world without a phone. First of all, you were at an activity or at a thing that was sanctioned by your parents. Wherever I was, I definitely wasn't supposed to be there. So I'm definitely not calling them.
I'm trying to think back. I was
over a bridge somewhere. I shouldn't have been places.
I wanted a pager so bad because the cool kids had pagers.
You got pager money?
Yeah, my parents were like, nope.
I know, and all the kids would be texting paging each other with a little.
Yes. Oh my God, they were so cute. 143.
And it was literally just 3 buttons at the top that you had to toggle and figure out how to use.
Yep.
Are you a drug dealer?
I remember that.
Yeah, that was technology that I also did not have because I did not have beeper money.
Yeah, nope.
Pay your beeper bill, bitch. Okay, let's see. What else does our Quinny say? I don't care. I'm still going to keep harassing you. I mean, I'm upset with her for calling me a COVID Karen, but I'm going to keep harassing her until she gets this phone. Man, now she knows she's lying. I would do some extra chores to pay for the bill. No, you can't.
She won't. You know what? The only child that's good for that is Lennox. Lennox is motivated by money. And man, if you tell him he's got to do all of his chores consistently, that kid goes above and beyond. And he will make that money. He's a tiny
Chris.
Yes.
I will be able to have it with me at any time. That seems like a plus for you, Quinn. Because it fits right in my pocket, Mom.
Great. Congratulations.
I mean, you're not waiting till 8th grade. She's gonna. I predict by the summer she's gonna have broken you down.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, it'll really. Chris feels exactly as I do on this. I mean, if she got one, we'd buy her like a Melissa phone, like a home button phone, because she doesn't need to be having.
Not a Melissa. Wow. Shots fired. Why you had to? Everybody here is having a good time. What?
You know what I mean.
Every day with this.
She's getting. She's getting like a 5S.
And that's fine. Any phone is shit. Shalom is walking around here with a nicer phone than me every day.
I was gonna say Shalom has a really nice phone.
Shalom has a great phone because she and I finessed his parents. Sorry. I don't think you can wait till 8th grade though, Amanda. That's like 8th grade is like
it's 2 more years. It's really like not that far away.
Amanda, she's gonna get her period, and as a matter of fact, actually, that's it. When you get your period is when you can have a phone. Because that's when she's a woman. She's a woman.
But the thing is she's not getting it for a while.
How do you know?
Because she has no body fat. Your body fat has to hit a certain percentage, and that's what triggers your hormones to turn on. That's the only thing. That's what my doctor said, because the last checkup that she had, she was like, asking her questions, and she looked at me and she's like, she's not getting it anytime soon. And I was like, God bless America.
Oh my gosh. So that means I was thin. I didn't get mine till I didn't get mine till I was a very late bloomer.
How old were you?
Old, bitch.
Were you a sophomore in high school? Junior?
I was old. No, but I was old.
Melissa. Wow.
I was old. I had no titties.
Yeah.
I was very skinny.
Yeah.
I was just all hair and teeth. That's it. So I was, in shock that
when it came.
Shalom was like, Mom, I'm not going to put her business on here, but she was like not happy about it.
Oh, I cried. My sister was the one that told me I started.
Wait, you didn't know you had it?
No. I was summer before 7th grade, and we had gotten ready for bed, and my sister and I, like, our pajamas as kids were like oversized t-shirts that my mom found like randomly wherever. Like you go on vacation, you have like the giant t-shirt. So it was literally giant t-shirt, cotton underwear. We are sitting on the sofa watching a movie, and I was leaning up against the arm of the couch, and I had my knees tucked up against my body, and my shirt, had pulled up, and so I guess like you could see the crotch of my underwear, and my sister looks over and she was like, Amanda got her period. And I was horrified because our relatives from Texas were coming into town the next day. My grandma was coming. We were all supposed to go to the zoo together. And I was like, oh my God, my life is over. I was horrified. I cried and cried and cried and cried. I was mortified.
Oh my God. Why she did you like that?
I don't know.
I was old. I remember I was laying in the bed. I was up in the bed with Mercy. We were watching something, I don't know. For some reason, the cable in Mercy's room didn't glitch out like the cable in the living room. So now I'm starting to think, wait, hold up. Did we just not have cable in the living room? So I was laid up in the bed by Mercy. And I remember, like, writhing. Like, God, my stomach. I thought I had food poisoning. Because my stomach just hurt so bad. I was like, my stomach hurts, my stomach hurts. My mom was like, maybe you have to go doo-doo. And I was like, okay. So I was just sitting on the toilet, like, trying to take a shit. Nothing happening. I was like, I don't know. My stomach just hurts so bad. And I remember it being, like, 2, 3 in the morning. And I was just writhing in pain. And I went to the bathroom. And there she was. And I was like, And, who am I going to talk to about this?
Oh, no.
And remember, keep in mind, I was a very late bloomer, so Marlene was already ripping and running and out the house.
Yeah.
We're 5 years apart, if that explains anything.
Oh, gosh.
So, I didn't have anybody to talk to about this. I just got in the shower and then just, looked around. As a little kid, you would play purse.
Yeah.
So you would take a purse and you would put a pen in it and you would put a tampon in it, not even knowing what that is. You put coins in there, a lipstick.
Absolutely.
And you would just make a purse. So I just remembered, whenever I played purse when I was little, I would go into these areas. So I knew where the items were.
Yeah.
And I just handled my business, but no one explained anything to me. And then, when I told my mom, oh, okay. This motherfucker told everybody. Got on the phone. I could hear her speaking Tagalog. And I told period. I was like, Mom.
No. Oh, my God.
Telling everyone. Wait, what you mean she got a period? Oh, shit. Okay, this little nigga got a period. I was like, okay, what? Right.
No. Oh.
Yeah. So everybody knew. And it was terrible.
Oh,
it was terrible.
God.
And it was also like, there was no instruction.
Yeah.
Did Linda go in the bathroom with you and explain, what it's going to be and how it's going to do and all that stuff?
You know what? I don't remember. I remember her telling me to like mark the calendar and to track and that like it would come the same time every month. I remember her just like the biggest memory is just like having to be calmed down because I was so upset. I remember I think my outfit planned for the next day included white shorts, and I was like very fixated on the fact that I would never be able to wear white shorts ever again.
Oh, and that must be a totally like late 80s, early 90s thing, is that the terrifying nature of wearing white ever again. It just can't happen. I don't know. It must have been like in every fucking movie where the girl gets it at the chalkboard somehow, some way, where she just gushes blood. Like, yeah, there was no white.
No, she helped me. So she made me, because I was so embarrassed. I didn't tell any of my friends because I didn't know anybody else that had started yet. But she made me like put together a little kit that I always kept in my backpack. Like I even kept one through college. It was just like a little Ziploc bag with like extra underwear and like extra like pads because I didn't wear a tampon for way too long. And so she was like, make sure you always keep this in your backpack just in case it starts while you're at school. And then you've got something to, change into. But beyond that, I don't really like.
Beyond that, Amanda, that was wonderful parenting. Because I was just on a scavenger hunt in my house for the items that I would need. And then when we finally did talk about it, her biggest thing was that I could never use a tampon. And only, tampons for people that aren't virgins. It's bad for you. You can't do that. You can't do that. And meanwhile, Marlene was using OBs without an applicator. This advanced ass bitch. And I too was a late tampon starter. Which, when I think about it, it's just like so unbelievably gross. It was just that negligent giant on my parents' part, and I couldn't just Google the shit.
I used to wear like a giant ass overnight pad in junior high all the time because I was so terrified of leaking. It was so uncomfortable. Oh God. Ugh.
It was so uncomfortable and the motherfucker stunk.
Yeah.
And then remember when the wings technology came out? And you were like, ooh, yeah, I'm going to really protect my shit. But then the wings would get caught in your pubic hair. Here you are. You're taking it off in the back. Yeah. It's pulling shit. Yeah. It's a mess.
Yeah.
A mess. Bitch. And Florida heat, honey. Humidity, Florida heat. And you're wearing a big-ass maxi pad.
Oh, gross.
Changing it every hour, every 2 hours. I've always had terrible periods. So, remember having to tie the flannel around your waist and pretend it was fashion?
Oh, I remember like having to. I was a cheerleader in 8th grade, and like you had to wear those, those dumb cheerleading skirts on the days where you had games. and like being terrified to do anything because I didn't know if that giant pad was going to hang out of those little spanky panties that I had to wear underneath my skirt. It was a whole thing.
How did you put the pad underneath that little ass panty?
It was like from my belly button up above my butt crack. It was huge. It was huge.
Listen, the reality is that's what I'd be wearing to bed now. Because as you get older, the eggs are like, get them all out. So, like, when my walls are breaking down, it's breaking down like maybe 7 motherfuckers that tried to cling to the wall. And it's like, we're killing all of you now. I am gushing blood.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so when I texted you that thing the other day about periods and the vaccine,
yeah.
I had started getting texts about it from other women in my life that were just like, did this happen to you during the vaccine? After I was literally thinking about it because I was laying in a pool of blood after my second vaccine, and I was just like, this is weird. Google then confirmed that was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and I think that we were talking in Discord about it because I posted a link to that asking, like, have you guys experienced this? And I think, and now that I think back to it, I think that that's how my period started so early because Chris was like, didn't you just do this? And I was like, that's a really shitty thing to say, but actually you might be right. So now I'm like going to pay attention and see because that's crazy.
I'm really worried about it now because before I was like, stab up all my children, get them vaccinated as soon as possible. But now we're talking about 3 little girls and they're developing little hormonal systems. And I'm like, I can't subject my children to a terrible period.
Yeah, that's very scary. And especially, like, my hope is that it's just something that's like maybe first couple cycles. Yeah, after you have your injection cycle completed, that like your body's response. And that seems to kind of be what the consensus was in that article, was that it was just kind of like an initial response that your body had. But fuck, I hate having a period.
Dude, why?
It's so annoying. And I feel like after I was done having kids, I was just like, I used to be so on it. I would know exactly when I was ovulating. I knew exactly what was going on, what day I was going to start. I was tracking it all over the place. And then after I had Lennox, I was like, who the fuck cares?
Oh, you were always a tracker?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not me. I was a mess.
Yeah, but weren't you ever worried that it was just going to catch you by surprise?
No. Because it did, oftentimes. And I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. But I also have extremely bad cramps, so usually I can just tell. I'm like, either this is boo-boo or she's coming. But I wasn't a tracker until I was trying to conceive. With Shalom. And then after that experience, I was just like, ugh, tracking is annoying. That fucking thermometer put it nap.
I loved it.
You did? Of course you did.
I did. Yes, I had a binder. I had all those little charts printed out, and I would like track the data points on the little chart and then connect the dots. I loved it. Loved it.
Tracking
it was
your
so
period
satisfying.
Or trying to conceive?
Tracking my period, because I did, so with Quinn, I was taking my temperature. And so it was like so exciting because I was like, okay, the temperature's rising. It's rising. It's rising. It's rising. And I was like, oh my God, I think I could take a test. It was so exciting.
Oh my God. What? Wow.
Loved.
Every day, girl, I hated all that shit.
Really?
I was like, ugh. I had the thermometer by the bed, and they said don't move around that much, so I would just reach over, eyes closed, stick it in my mouth, and then forget to write the shit down.
You put it in your mouth?
The thermometer?
Yes.
Yeah, where'd you put it?
In my vagina?
Bitch! Don't tell me you were supposed to put that fucking shit in your vagina this whole time.
You buy a special vagina thermometer. It's like was it called a basal temperature thermometer? You buy a special one specifically for your vag.
Hold on. I know you are fucking lying. What?
I'm not. I'm not. It was white with a little pink tip. It was
I
specifically for your
know.
vagina.
I bought a basal thermometer and I put that bitch in my mouth the whole fucking time trying to conceive Shalom and Maja. What are you saying?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you can put it in your mouth. I'll have to go back because I bought that book, Taking Charge of Your Fertility.
So did I. So now I'm very concerned that I have poor reading comprehension.
I think maybe you could put it in your mouth, but I'm pretty sure it said it was more accurate if it went in your vag.
Hold on a goddamn minute. Hold on a minute. Basal thermometer vagine. Hold on. Okay. The temperature used to monitor a woman's fertility is called basal body temperature, or BBT. To make the reading more accurate, you cannot eat, drink, or smoke before taking your temperature. You can place the thermometer in your mouth or into your vagina. Okay, girl, you just had me tripping. I was like, hold on.
Okay.
Of course you were an extreme conceiver. You do everything to the extreme. No, I want it to be the best and accurate. So you just put that shit in your pussy. Okay. Wow. Wow. I have been, a fertile woman this whole time, and literally didn't even know that was an option. We're going to have to take a poll because
Yeah, absolutely. I was always so annoyed because I also was like half awake when I did it, and I would have to like keep the covers lifted off of my body so that I could hear the little beep go off, so I would know when to take it out, because under the quilt and the duvet it would be muffled, and I'd be so annoyed I'd be half asleep.
Wow. And then you had to wash the thermometer.
Yeah, well, I just took like a little cotton swab with alcohol and swabbed it down.
Oh, because I used to take it in the bathroom when I was brushing my teeth.
Oh. Yeah, I would take it with me when I got up, but I just swab it.
Wow. You mean I could have had accurate readings this whole time?
Just put it in your puss.
I didn't even think of that. I had the same books. I had the same information.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now you know.
She said, "Oh, you put it in your mouth?" Girl, that was... Wow. So anyway, yeah, I'm in shock over here.
Well, I mean,
it really just says that.
It says it in the book, yeah.
I must have just glazed over that shit because I really never, ever thought to put it there.
I wonder what the temperature difference would be between your... It would be the same, right?
No, I bet your pussy's hot as hell.
Well, after you ovulate, yeah, it is. Because mine would be like... I think mine was like up 99, 100, somewhere up, like... That's how I knew I had conceived. Because it was up there.
Well, I could tell when I ovulated because I had ovulation pain and it would switch sides.
Oh, okay.
So like I could be able to tell by that, but also you would get that like stuff.
Goo.
Yeah, horrible.
Your EWCM.
Ugh. Do you remember that and going in those message boards and reading all that shit? Oh my God.
I had some app on my phone. It was like message boards. You could like put in your due date, and then you could be like grouped into like other moms that were expecting at the same time. I fucking hated those, but it was like the best hate follow ever. Every time somebody be like, we're having a gender, or we're finding out the baby's gender, I was like, gender's not something you find out. You find out the baby's sex. Gender is a construct. They were like, stop shitting on our party. And I was like, okay, women's studies, but like sex is what you have, gender is what you do. They hated me. I was never welcome in those groups.
I always lurked. I never talked to them because I could tell they were all like super religious women, and they would be everybody would have that sparkly like banner underneath their name, and it would have all the times they had a dead baby. So our angel baby this day, angel baby that day, angel baby this day, and it would be a little sparkly little star that would run across the screen, and they'd be like, this one died at 6 weeks, this one died at 11 weeks. I'm like, damn, y'all got a lot of dead ass babies. So like
TTC, DD, and then the birth date with the little like pink angel.
Oh my God!
Yes.
And what was the name for husband? DH.
Yes, DH.
DH. What was the other thing they would say?
DS, DD.
And I was like, what the fuck y'all talking about? My DS. I was like, y'all need to have the glossary running on the side. I used to read.
Right.
I used to read alt.net. I think it was called. So because after I got run out of those religious women freaked me out, and I was like, I need to find like regular smart people who there's not going to be a little cross and a little like my precious moments at the bottom of the screen every time.
Right.
So I went to alt.net, and they were like, older women talking about stuff, but they used to get in depth. You'd be like, and then on the 17th day, this happened, and so I checked my underwear, and I had this, and then the mucus plug. Like, this is a lot of information. But I was reading all of it.
Oh, I lapped it up. All of the, like, very detailed, like, 2-week wait, all that information. I feel like my uterus is pulling.
God,
that was the thing that, like, everybody said. Yeah. That was my shit. I love those.
There were so many acronyms you had to learn when you jumped down in there.
Oh, yeah. BFP. Oh, my God, you guys, I got my BFP. Or a BFN.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. It'll happen for you. Yeah. That was a whole world that I wish to never return to. I was so involved in all that.
Yeah. Oh, they would run polls. There would be like name polls. There would be.
Oh, and all the names, of course, would be terrible.
Terrible. Mm-hmm.
We're going to name this baby Gage. And I'd just quiet to myself, okay, cool, pet cemetery. Your baby's going to kill everyone. Skylar. Shut your ass up. But then they would do Skylar, SCHUYLA. Where do you fucking get all them letters from?
Yeah, right. Oh, God, those were the days.
Wow. How the fuck did we get here?
Vaginas. Periods. We can't call this episode period. We got to come up with a different name. Actually, speaking of, I got to go pick up my little DD and DS from school.
Yeah, she's definitely PMSing. So.
TTYL.
Okay, GFY. No. Bye, stupid.
Bye. So dumb. Imperfect stranger friends, thank you as always for listening to this episode, for listening to all the episodes. So just a reminder, you can find new episodes of Imperfect Strangers podcast every Friday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. If you're on the left coast, you get them a little bit earlier. In conjunction with a new episode, we release a virtual story that goes along with it that can be found in our Instagram stories. We have also archived every single virtual story for every single episode for the last 41 episodes. So you can find those in our highlights. If you're just joining us and you want to catch up, those are there. We have a website, www.imperfectstrangerspodcast.com. You can listen to episodes, you can buy merchandise, you can find out more about the show, you can sign up for our newsletter, all kinds of goodies there. We have a private Facebook group. If you do Facebook, you can find that link in our Instagram bio. We have a Patreon. patreon.com/imperfect strangers podcast. There you will find all kinds of bonus content, from archived Monday Night Lives to Zoom events and even bonus audio episodes every single week. We do patron shout outs. We have a newsletter. So there are lots of different options for all different tiers. Maybe you want to record your own episode with Imperfect Strangers. You can do that too. So with that, you guys, we will be back in your ear holes next Friday. But in the meantime, don't forget to check us out on Instagram. Join us on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern for that Monday Night Live. And if you haven't yet, which I know there are some of you who haven't, if you listen to us on Apple Podcasts, you can leave us a 5-star rating and a review. It helps us tremendously to gain some traction in the wild world of podcasts. It lets other people know who may stumble upon us, like, oh, this is an actual podcast that you should probably listen to, versus some kind of weird mystery meat that they could just download and listen to without knowing. So your support is appreciated. It helps a ton. We love you guys as always. Be on the lookout for another Starbucks giveaway. More free coffee on your stranger friends. Okay, this is way too long. I'm going to go now. If you're listening this long, go do something productive. All right, bye.